Hey Bears Nation! Today we're diving into a hot topic, the possibility of trading Khalil Herbert and what that could mean for the future of our franchise. I know many of you are excited about Caleb Williams' potential, and the last thing we want is to repeat the Khalil Mack scenario where we traded for a dominant edge rusher without having a solid quarterback. With Caleb, things look much more promising than with Mitch, and that's why this trade needs to be thought through carefully. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any content. Now imagine this, if the Cowboys were actually willing to accept a first-round pick, a third-round pick, and Herbert for Micah Parsons. Is it risky? Yes. But we're talking about a player who could completely change the face of our defense. Although the price is steep, the question is, are we ready to take that leap? The Cowboys asking for 2 first-round picks wouldn't surprise me, but if a first, a third, and Herbert were on the table, I'd make that deal. Let's not forget Ryan Poles is always on the lookout for opportunities. With the trade window still open, there might be some moves in the coming days, especially involving our running backs. We know Poles is opportunistic, and with the trade deadline approaching, I wouldn't be surprised if he's exploring the market. A small trade here or there, maybe even involving one of our running backs, could be on the cards. Now, about Devontae Parker, how much he could add to our wide receiver group. Is it worth trading him if a tempting offer comes along? If a team offered a third-round pick, it would definitely be worth considering. But let's be honest, such an offer seems unlikely at the moment. I believe the team values what Parker brings to the table, and unless an irresistible offer comes up, he'll probably stay with us. Let's talk about our offensive line. The depth has improved significantly, especially on the interior. We have guys like Matt Filer, who can play both guard and tackle, and with Borom on short-term IR, Filer should step up as the swing tackle. When it comes to bold decisions in the NFL, there are always heated debates among fans. Let's discuss the possibility of a trade involving Micah Parsons for a first-round pick and Khalil Herbert. I know it sounds risky, but sometimes to achieve greatness, you have to take some risks. Caleb Williams is a bright promise, and I think we all agree we're very confident in him. What you definitely don't want is to repeat the Khalil Mack scenario, where you get a dominant edge but without a solid quarterback to lead the team. Honestly, I would make that trade, even though the Cowboys would probably ask for a bit more, like 2 first-round picks. If they were willing to accept a first, a third, and Herbert, I think it would be worth considering seriously. But knowing Ryan Poles' style, I know he's always exploring opportunities. He's a natural negotiator and could come up with a surprise before the trade deadline. I wouldn't be shocked if he's sniffing around, looking for that piece that can make a difference for the rest of the season. Now, about David Montgomery, I know many fans have mixed feelings about him. Sure, if a tempting offer came along, like a third-round pick, it would be hard to ignore. But I think the team values Montgomery and sees him as a solid backup, especially when we need stability. The team showed this when they decided to cut the other 2 running backs. If someone offers something far below his value, I don't see the Bears parting with him unless it's something irresistible. As a Bears fan, I see the team at a crucial moment. We have a promising young quarterback in Caleb Williams, and it's essential to ensure he has the protection and weapons he needs to develop. Personally, I wouldn't risk a big trade like bringing in Micah Parsons if it meant sacrificing the team's future in terms of draft picks or key players like Khalil Herbert. Defense is important, but having a firm answer at the quarterback position is what defines long-term success. I also believe Ryan Poles has been smart in seeking opportunities in the market, but caution is needed. There's no point in betting everything on a risky trade and compromising the stability we're trying to build. Furthermore, I think the team should prioritize roster depth, especially in critical positions like wide receiver and the offensive line. With Pettis out, we're more vulnerable, and any injury could leave us in a tricky situation. Vece Jones could be an internal solution, but reinforcements are always welcome, especially if we want to compete at the highest level. In the end, as a fan, I want to see the Bears making decisions that ensure not just good performance this season, but also set the team up for the future. If that means making fewer risky trades and focusing on developing the talents we already have, I think that's the best strategy. What about you? What do you think of these potential moves? How would you like to see the Bears act this season? Let's discuss.